Hi special people, it's your girl again, bringing you another episode. Stay tuned. So guys, this week has really been exciting because I got to work with some people that I absolutely adore, the Zealots, who I did Winter Wonderland with. I haven't seen them since, which is like December of last year. So seeing them all together was an absolute joy. I love those guys so much. I am constantly laughing. Before we get into that, I just want to show you my friend's t-shirt. This is Michelle Osborne, who's appeared on the vlog. She's an amazing bass player, now living in New York, from London. And I've got my special tee as a singer. Don't play with the mic, but she does loads of different t-shirts for drummers, bass players, guitarists, whatever you play. She's got a t-shirt that represents your instrument. So if you want to check out more about her t-shirts, go to Players HQ, and that's PLAYEZ. So make sure that you check out her line of t-shirts. I'll put the information in the description box below so that you can cop one of these. Anyway, back to the subject matter at hand. As I was saying, I got to speak to my friends, the Zealots, who are an amazing set of musicians who I've worked with for quite a number of years now. All of them doing absolutely amazing things. If I was to reel off some of the people that they've worked with, you would actually put your jaw on the floor because they are incredible. I got to speak to my friend Dave. Now, in speaking to him, I captured him on camera whilst we were driving. So I'm so sorry about the footage. We went and did a wedding in Kent. And unfortunately it was in a barn, so there was only a curtain that divided us between the guests, so we couldn't make too much noise and we certainly couldn't speak too loudly. So I wanted to make sure that I got something from him, so I did, and he gave me some absolute nuggets of wisdom. It's always great to get a perspective of a musician over a singer because they see things very differently. And he's a drummer who's played for people like LA. He's had like a illustrious career and he's very young. I say very young, we're all very young, and that's me claiming my youth. But compared to some of the drummers his age and compared to some of the drummers who've been in the industry for a lot longer than he has, he's achieved so much. He has a studio and he does production. He obviously does live gigs, he does library music, and he's had a successful project with an Audi sync for an advert. And I just got talking to him. So I'm going to leave some of the stuff that he said in this vlog episode because I think it's so important to get different perspectives. And I know as a musician, it's very different when you're at the back looking at things from your perspective. As a singer myself, I take for granted what it's like in terms of the process. Things like packing down and setting up, I don't have to do that. I literally turn up and start singing. Obviously you check your mic, but this is a very different process. Production and what it means to be a musician and how you collaborate with other people in getting projects out and getting projects done. It's very different as a singer because you often know what you want to hear and you know who to call to get it, whereas sometimes when you're producing it can be quite experimental. So I apologize in advance for the footage because we are in a car and Jake is driving like a madman. Hi Jake. But what Dave said was absolutely on the money, so I'm going to leave some of those clips here. Right, we just finished a gig, we're on our way home, we're in a little country. Sorry, it's a bit jerky because Jake is driving like a madman.
Oh shit!
The cat's alive.
No cats were hurt
in the filming of this video. Yeah, we just finished a gig. I haven't gigged with these guys for about 9 months.
9 months?
Since Winter Wonderland.
What have you been doing for 9 months?
Oh, well, you know, we might have a little cherub growing. Anyway, that's... You're awful. Okay, so we're on our way home, but I've got Dave here. Dave is a drummer and he's a legend and he's my bridge.
Yes.
And I think he's quite an experienced person to talk to in the way of a musician because like he played for the Stars and all that. So is this one, but we're not talking about Jake right now.
No, exactly.
Because Jake is antisocial and he's a bit of a camera phobe.
Would you like me to look at the camera, Emily? Or would you like me to drive you home safely?
I would love you to drive me home safely. Anyway, Dave.
Yes.
What's your favourite thing to do as a musician?
I'd say, well, work with people, man.
Work with people, like you live stuff.
In everything, like between writing and live, you just get to work with some incredible people. You just get to laugh. I just laugh all the time in everything I do, and that's what I think is great fun, because you can just, everyone works differently, everyone is different, everyone brings something different, and you just learn from so much from other people.
Yeah. What has been one of your best moments in your career to date?
Oh man. So there's a cool story where my mum and dad came to see me at the O2.
Oh, wait, who were you playing for?
I was playing for Ella. We were on tour with Ollie Murs.
Okay.
And but the funny thing about it was that the gig, so my dad hadn't seen me play for ages, and the gig that he came to see me before that was with the boys in a pub in Camden. And,
wow, so from a pub in Camden to
well,
O2.
yeah, but it wasn't just for a pub in Camden. He was the only person that turns up to the gig.
Oh God!
So we played to literally my dad's in a pub.
Oh.
And so I was like, man, that's a bit rubs. So I need to rectify that and invite him to a gig where he could be proud of me. So then obviously,
funny.
he came, and it was really cool, and it was nice to be like, oh yeah, like it's better than just a gig. You know, a pub to one person. So yeah, that's probably the best moment. And then like recently I got a bit of music that was used on an Audi advert this year.
Okay, so get it, Dave. I'm
trying to get in there. So yeah, that was a big moment into just feeling like things are going well in this new kind of chapter that I'm on.
Next question. What is your pet peeve about singers?
They get to just turn up without any gear.
And obviously as a drummer you've got the most gear, right?
Man, but yeah, I would just say that they don't know about gear.
They don't know about any gear.
How long it is. I love it when, especially on function gigs, you're packing up and everyone's like, and then the singer comes up, oh yeah, so see you later, and it's like, you know you're not going home for at least 30 minutes. At least.
What, you personally?
Yeah, and you're like, oh man, you're just straight off.
That is so.
So that's pretty. But apart from that, I mean, yeah, they're all right. You know, they make the music nice.
Pop off.
So you know, at the end of the day, we need them.
Right.
So far.
So far. Right. So you're a producer. You're a drummer.
That's right.
A songwriter.
Yeah.
If you were not doing any of those things, what would you do instead?
I think when I was a kid, or in school, I was terrible in school. I was really naughty.
As in, badly behaved?
Oh, I was terrible. Yeah, became my mum a nightmare. But I was good at 3 things at school. Well, at that time, I was good at football, I was good at arts, and I was good at music. So if I couldn't do music, I would have probably gone down some sort of artistic thing, like maybe, I don't know, man, maybe graphic design or something like that. It's a bit of a shame I never really pushed it, because I haven't done it for years now.
Right.
But that's probably what I would have done. I don't know, because music was the thing that kind of stopped me from being a little rude boy, you know what I mean? So.
Okay. So can you give me some tips for people who would like to get to a place in their career like you've got, where you're working full time as a musician and you've kind of got like names under your belt, sort of thing?
Yeah, I would say first of all, I've got still a long way to go in what I'm trying to be, but I think to get to a place where you can work and enjoy what you're doing and get paid for it and stuff, I would say first of all, get to know everyone, but don't treat them as an opportunity. Like, actually make friends,
right?
Because all of my like blessings and things from live work and studio and stuff have all come through actual friendships. That it's people, like, they know that I'm not just trying to be like, yo, you know, where gigs at, like, what's going on. It's actually like people, you know, and don't be afraid to ask people for advice. Like, the best thing I ever did when I was about 17 was I asked one of my boyfriends at the time, who was a drummer, who was doing like, you know, he was playing for people like Eliza Doolittle and stuff back in the day, and I just said to her, can you ask him for some advice for me, please, because I'm just trying to get in the door.
Right.
And because I just approached him in a way that was just like trying to just find out. It wasn't like I wasn't trying to just be like, yo, like hit me up.
Yeah.
He actually, you know, rather than just sitting down with me, he, you know, sat down and then started, you know, putting me on gigs.
Okay.
And you know, I think if you approach people in a way of actually just genuinely trying to learn and respect your elders as well. But the ultimate thing I'd say is if I could go back and I'd do anything different, I would just say don't just stick to one thing. Like music, there's so many things you can do within it, and if you can make yourself so that you're not just relying on other people to hit you or to get you in the door, get your own thing going. Like if you're doing functions, get your own function band going. If you're doing writing, you know, write your own stuff. Like just diversify it, and that way when you're waiting for that gig, you're not just like desperate. You're like, cool, that's coming, I'll keep going for like that's the dream. But equally you can get that gig but also be writing and getting cuts. That way I feel like you just have a bit more power, you have a bit more security.
Sure.
So I've learned that over the years, and now that's something that is more, I'm doing a lot more things, whereas when I was 21 I was just like gigs. The thing is with that is that when you say to people, I want more money, and they go, well, no, but then you're like, I can't really just walk away from it because
I need the money.
They know that what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you go on to another gig, but whereas if you can be like, right, okay, cool, I'll just go and
do my own thing.
This thing, and like I'll get paid more, and then they can be like, all right, actually we need you.
Sure.
So that's what I'd say. I'll just say again, it's a people thing. It's a sociable. See, like it's a social job, man. Like if nobody knows you, then
no good.
That's no good. So I think first thing is just get yourself known and just play with people for fun and enjoy it. It's not all a hustle. That's what I've said.
So who's been your biggest influence as a drummer? Who do you feel
what, is within my peers or within just
both?
Like playing?
So say who inspires you as a drummer within your own peer group, and who as a bigger, like maybe a celebrity drummer or somebody that. So
I mean, celebrity drummers first. I would say like Vinny Colaiuta was like the guy.
Who?
A guy called Vinny Colaiuta.
Okay.
He's everyone, like if you're a drummer, you'll know who he is because he's just the guy. And I would say, I mean, to be honest, like from young, Phil Collins. To be honest, my dad used to play loads of Genesis records with Phil Collins. So like, he was big influence. But like my peers, I'd say, I mean, Samson Jatto, Dexter Hercules, I would say Sweet Sticks, Paulie Stanley McKenzie, Louise Bartle.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, all my friends are brilliant.
Are they only your friends because they're good at playing?
No. I mean, me and Samson met at a gig, a Diva gig.
Okay.
Ben Jones as well.
Yeah.
And we just started chatting, and then we just started playing together. We started meeting up like regularly and just kind of like sharing, and then it just became really good mates. And like, you know, and same with Louise. And now Louise has gone on to be in Block Party and doing amazing things. So you just, sometimes the love of drums is the thing that links you together, but then out of that blossoms so much more, which is sick. Because, for example, Samson, I would always call for a gig to dep me, because his personality and he's like who he is, I know he's going to be great, he's going to work hard, he's going to be really a cool person, he's trustworthy. I can leave it in with him, he's, you know, because he's a good friend. Like, so that it's really cool, because sometimes you have to dep things out or whatever. But Junior Curtin as well. There's I'm influenced by basically a lot of people in my scene, because they're all amazing. And like, certainly when I was young, I mean when I was about 18, I would say.
You're acting like you're 50 about when you was young.
No, but like I've been doing this for like over 10 years now. So, but when I was like coming into the scene, I'd say like Anthony Sweet Six Lewis, he was massively influential, and Dexter as well, because Dexter came in. I went to Brit school with him, and he came in and was like 2 or 3 years younger than me, and it was unbelievable. So then it really like kicked me up the arse to be like, oh my days,
come on, dude,
I need to practice, man. And that's really good, because it's good to have people that really kind of kick you up the bum and be like, all right, cool.
Lastly, what has been your worst experience as a drummer?
I mean, I'm really lucky. I've not had that many. My worst experience. Okay, I did this before like things really took off for me. I did this tour with this guy. I'm not going to name the artist, but like he was this American artist, and he was a very weird guy. He was just very peculiar and just socially awkward, but also just a bit prickly and weird and not very friendly. So it was a bit of a tense gig to do, and his management were no better. And I remember we were due to go on a support tour with Loma Faith, and we had done 2 weeks of rehearsals to get it sounding good. It was all wicked, and then for some reason they were like, we want to do one more day, and it just like last minute I was booked on something else, everyone else couldn't do it, so we were like, well, we can't, sorry, you know what I mean? And because of that one rehearsal we can do, we fly the whole band like 4 days before tour.
Really?
Yeah, it's just such disrespect, because it's like just done 2 weeks rehearsal, it sounds great.
Did he pay you for the 2 weeks?
Yeah, but then like I've got no compensation for that tour because the management were not based in the UK.
Okay.
So MU couldn't do anything about it. It was just one of them ones where you like you learn. But it was good in a way for it to happen. But I would just say that like the early days are hard. So like when you're coming in, it's just it's like sometimes not getting an audition or like it's just until you get those breaks, they're just hard.
Harder.
And I think the thing to do is just keep going.
Right.
And I would say, like, ultimately, I've always had this theory. I've met so many unbelievable musicians that are like, yeah, I didn't make it, and I'm just doing a job now because it didn't work out. And I'm like, I really believe that the guys that don't make it are just the guys that gave up.
They gave up. Yeah.
And really, if you're good and you're safe,
then it will work.
then yeah, it will work out because a lot of the guys that actually are really good, weird, won't get a gig. Actually, everyone's good, but the key is just being safe. I really believe that.
Yeah.
Like just being cool, and wanting to make friends with people and have a joke and a laugh. Don't take yourself too seriously.
Sure. All right, 5 tips for drummers.
Tip number 1 is practice. Make sure if you want to be a pro drummer, at some point you're going to have to put in mad hours. I think everyone goes through that phase where it goes from just like practicing and it being a bit of fun to actually you got to be on it, man. You got to be able to go into gigs knowing that you're not a bit uncomfortable on things. So
You know what you're doing.
yeah, put in that time. If it's 2 hours a day or if it's 5 hours a day. Tip number 2 is make sure that that it doesn't just become a job to you. If the day it becomes a job, then just you'll hate it. So you've got to just keep finding the love. And I would say the way to do that is to actually try and find something that is for you. So if you're just playing for other people all the time, that's great, but have your own little projects. I think that's really good. 3, and it sounds so corny, but seriously keep yourself grounded because nobody cares about you in the crowds. They care about the artist.
Yeah.
You ain't that big. Like it's not that deep.
Yeah.
So if you think that you're a superstar and you're earning 250 quid, you ain't. So just chill. Do you know what I mean? 4.
Tip number 4.
Make friends and laugh at yourself. Tip 5, I would say, is listen and learn from other people. Don't just focus on the music all the time. Listen to what managers are saying. Listen to what MDs are saying. Work out the business side of it.
Yeah.
Think about your future because you're not always gonna. Want to just play for people.
Yeah.
There's gonna be someone, a certain type of people that might, and they'll elevate to those legacy gigs, those massive gigs. But most people, you might want to do it for 5 years, and then you've got to be like, what do I want to do next? I might want to be a producer. I might want to write. I might want to do advert music. I might want to do film music. Whatever. So just keep your eyes open. Don't just have a narrow view.
Yeah. Yes, that's Dave, everyone. I will put his information in the description box so you can go follow him. He's a dope drummer. I haven't played with him in 9 months, as I said, and it feels great to be back with the clan. And Jakey's driving.
He's
I saw him at Winter Wonderland. That's the last time I saw his face. It's not good enough.
Yeah, cool.
But it's been fixed. Good night, everybody. We love you. We're on our way home. Say bye, Jake.
Bye.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. I got so many nuggets from Dave's perspective, things that I probably haven't considered before now. I hope it was really helpful to you. So guys, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Snapchat, we're on Google Plus, and we're on Facebook. So interact with us there. We love to actually hear from you. Hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the videos we post. We post every single week, and we'll see you next week.